YouTube to work. There you go. So what are we going to do today? Today we are going to I want to give you an update on my book sales and marketing, and just because some of you may be inspired to write and self-publish, and I want to be super transparent because that way we can all learn a lot, and maybe I will help you with your book. I don't know. So anyway, how's my book sales been going? So I sold. I know these are small numbers, but it is what it is. So I sold 7 books in the book launch. Then I got in touch with a bunch of people on LinkedIn that I knew, and one of them actually shared a post about the book to his followers, and I sold 3 more books, so that was pretty good. Then this weekend I have a live stream where I did one of the what I think is one of the coolest assignments in my book, because my book is a bunch of activities for leaders and managers to do. So I did what I call a mini masterclass. I posted on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter that I was doing it. I did it. I got 4 viewers. 3 of them former students, 1 of them a friend. I sold 0 books, unfortunately, so I didn't sell anything. But that's okay. I spread the message around. The video quality of the stream didn't come out super well. So so basically what I ended up doing is I'm going to have to re-record it, and then I'm going to post it. I think it is a cool stream. It is a little bit of my class that I really enjoy teaching. So hopefully you'll be all right. I just got a message. Let me just check that this is no. Okay. I was just wondering if somebody warning me about bad stream quality. I don't know. Anyways, so Sultan book. So, again, the idea of this book is really for coaching and training and teaching. So, and this is just like a bad time to launch it. So it was expected that only people that know me, so my followers on social media that are my friends, will, hear about and buy the book. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and do a little bit of a more sort of like cold email in July, August, maybe early September. So maybe 2 waves, one in July, one in early September, so as to remind people for their teaching. And basically what I'll be doing is I'll be doing this every semester, right? Obviously not to the same people every semester, but I'll try to add to the database every semester and get people to incorporate the book into their teaching. I'm also going to try to, for this semester, to present my book at in several business schools in Portugal, because this version of the book is in Portuguese. Again, the idea is hopefully to alumni, and the idea is to use that for people to buy the book, basically. So yeah, so that's how it's been going. I mean, I haven't recovered my costs, but the book has only been out for 2 weeks, and I refuse to sell this on Amazon, because Amazon is an ugly, unethical company that mistreats workers and does a bunch of horrible things. So I won't sell on Amazon, and I know that this reduces my book sales, but it is what it is. If you have ethics, you need to stand behind your principles. Anyway, so overall I'm pretty happy with how things are going. Obviously, I would prefer the book to sell more. It doesn't sell more. I still had fun writing the book. Anyway, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to go back and and do a little bit of live writing. So basically, what I've done is I've outlined the end of the theory section for my paper, and I'm just going to write it from the outline. Okay, so if you want to write a little bit with me, please do so. I'll be doing it for about 10 minutes, and I'll let you go. Okay, thanks so much. So there we go. I actually had a pretty busy morning, so I'm actually just beginning to write, which is horrible and shameful, but better late than never, I guess. Had my car filled MOT, so I actually had to go and drop it at the garage this morning. So that took a little bit of time because I had to walk back home. So what we're doing is, where are we? So okay, so I'm basically working on this first part of linking performance and retention. Let me drop my hair. Actually, this haircut is like giving me a headache. Okay. Tomorrow I got somebody to come in and cut my hair at home. So hopefully tomorrow my hair will be nicer. Let us see, hopefully. Anyways, so the long hair will go. So I'm sort of happy with this outline, but in this specific take on the paper, I just feel I need an itsy bit of more space to think. So this is still not 100% clean outline. So what I'm going to do is, after I finish writing this section, I'm going to reverse outline the entire theory section and clean it up, because I think there's one or two ideas that I'm repeating. But it's when you feel you need space to think, just like do something, just do an outline. Write like what I'm doing, but allow yourself just to be just a tiny bit sloppy, so that you have an opportunity to go back to the text, right? And writing exercise is writing. You get better writing by writing, and also it's this quote from Carl Weick: can I know what I think until I hear what I say? And in my case, it's before I read what I write. So I'm just giving myself a little bit of time. So this, I know that this bit I had on the previous version of my theory. Retention, exactly. So okay. Now what I'm doing is I'm copy pasting from this part of the paper. And this is like the great thing on of Scrivener, is that I just don't have like paper version 21. Where do I need to get this, right? So I have my entire draft divided into sections here. You know what I mean? Now this is can you do this in Word and with Windows or Mac OS? Yes, you can. You can have this folder structure, but again, here it is on one file, and it is fully searchable. It is annotatable with icons and so on. Can you replicate this? Yes, I mean, ultimately you can replicate this in pen and paper, but here it is just so much easier. That's why Scrivener is such a great tool to manage, this to write complex research papers. I actually think, personally, for me, but that's basically because of the types of books that I write. For me, Scrivener is actually better for papers than for books. I actually wrote. I actually wrote. I wrote my books in Scrivener, but I could have written them somewhere else. I didn't have the level of revision that I have in Scrivener. I guess that's also because my books are self-published, so I don't have an editor like really coming back to me. I have a proofreader. That's the only cost of my book is I pay people to proofread it. So I have a proofreader, but I don't have an editor like shifting around text and clean it up. But also my books are like pretty short, so it's not like there's a complex narrative structure that that the reader needs to make sense of. So there you go. I did have have to say that I did have like a couple of better readers for my books, and that helped. Especially my first book, the one that I just launched, which is like a bunch of cool assignments. Some of those activities were cool for me, but not for anybody else. And also some of the and also some of the activities that people thought were cool were not like super well explained, or they would take a lot more work than I wanted people to have. And so so that was super helpful with the beta readers. But again, it wasn't like that I had to go back and forth multiple times with the books. So here it's tricky, right? So in research, when writing a paper, you want to be transparent, but you need to be careful when you are transparent with each thing that you want to put on your paper. Okay, so this is the thing. It's you want to explain what you want to put on the paper. So here's my problem, right? So I have a section of this. I have a part of the series section that goes into leadership, and some of the factors that I want to put here are related to leadership, but I don't want to put them here and then in 3 paragraphs below. So what I'm just going to do is to keep the flow of writing going. I'm just going to put a placeholder here and then I'll fill it up. This is a technique that I use to sort of like keep the flow, instead of just like going back and search and so on, which would sort of like stop me in my tracks. I just enter like fill in the gaps here and get back later. Get back to it later. Also, something when you write first drafts, I mean, give yourself permission not to have like a super clean text, because that again, procrastinating is about lack of self confidence, and as a writer, like we all have confidence in making the sentences beautiful, but then sometimes when we edit, the entire sentence goes away. So do not make the sentence beautiful. Do not give yourself that permission. Just keep on writing, and if you need to play mind tricks with yourself, just say, at least that's what I do. It's I just say, look, I'm not writing this part of the paper. I'm rehearsing writing this part of the paper. So it's just a rehearsal, right? So let's go. I read that about that somewhere, but don't remember where actually. That's a pretty good tip for to avoid procrastination. Yeah. Okay, I mean, looking back at this paper, this is pretty bad. This I didn't do a very good job writing this. I think it's because I was like super worried about space, and I need to be worried about space here as well. But but I'm just like first doing the draft and then getting back to space again. So good. So good. So that's the first step, I think. Okay, I have a little bit of like complex writing to do now, so I just need to like read through and think a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you guys go. And thank you very much for watching the stream today, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. We should do something nice tomorrow. What can we do tomorrow that is cool? You know what we're going to do tomorrow? We're going to talk about the conclusion of a paper, okay? Because, a lot of people talk about how to write an introduction and theory section and discussion, but what about the conclusion? What should you write in the conclusion? That's what we're going to do tomorrow. I think that'll be a fun little stream, okay? So I hope to see everybody then and there. In the meantime, thanks again for watching the stream, and I'll catch everyone later. Cheers.